Hi friends, it's Allie. Today we are going to be going over all the books that had me in a chokehold from when I was age 8 to 14. This is a little series that I'm going to be doing on my channel where I talk about books, and I've always been a book girly. I have been obsessed with books ever since I can remember, and today we have 2, 3, 4, 5. How many do we got here? We have got 10 books to talk about today. I had a really hard time choosing from what ages I read what, because sometimes they can kind of get a little mixed together, but this is what I'm going with. Starting from very early on in my life, probably from like age 8 to 10, I want to say. I remember picking up these books specifically at my Scholastic book fair, because we had like a book fair in my town, and they would always come and I would always get books because I just love them. So the first book that really had me in a chokehold, Hit and Run by R.L. Stine. And this book is just about some teenagers that obviously hit somebody, kill them, and then they run. So exactly what it says. And then I'm pretty sure the person who they killed comes back to haunt them. So it's like a murder mystery slash paranormal. I don't know if there's any romance in this, but like I said, it's from a very long time ago. This was published in 1992. I was born in 93. So yeah, very long time ago. The next book that is my absolute favorite still, I haven't reread it, but it is Freeze Tag by Caroline B. Cooney. And this was also written or published in 1992. This book, still to this day, I remember having such an intense chokehold on me. Like, I was obsessed with this book. Okay, it's basically about this girl, Lanny. Nobody freaking liked her. Nobody wanted to play with her when they were younger because every time she touched you, you turned to ice. Like, she froze your ass solid. And she would use that to her advantage. She didn't like you, boom, you're frozen. If you like someone that she wants, boom, you're frozen. Now they can't have you. Like, this was such like a crazy book for me at like such a young age. This was like my first introduction to, like, these books were my first introduction to thriller slash paranormal, kind of. There was a tiny bit of romance in this, which like I actually really enjoyed. So yeah, super good. The only thing I don't like about these books is their pages are brown, like, you know, and they're like the wording is still pretty small. Like, I don't care for the olden look to these pages. Like, they're brown. I mean, this is how I got them. Like, it's not like wear and tear. It's just how these books came. I would say when I was younger, I probably would have rated both of these books like well, I know I would have rated this one a 5. Probably would have rated this one a 4, or like a 3.5 or a 4. I don't remember liking this one as much, but I remember this one hit. And then the next one is More Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark, or just Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark, which they recently, a few years ago, made this a movie, like actually a few of the scary stories. This is like, I think, number 2. I had the original one as well. A few of the things that happened in those books were made into a movie, and I was obsessed. I love these books. I really kind of like started to get into my scary and spooky era. I'm still in a very like scary and spooky era. I'm obsessed with all things Ouija boards, paranormal, ghosties. So yeah, this book was published in, 1984. What? But like the first page. How creepy are these pictures? So creepy. Come on. Stop it right now. I just remember these pictures gave me like such weird vibes. And the stories were even creepier. Now, we're going to be moving on into my more older books that I would read. Now, this kind of gets a little bit fuzzy between the times I actually read these books, but I remember vaguely being in early elementary school to middle school when I read both of these. What my school did up in my hometown was we had a elementary school, intermediate school, middle school, and then high school. So from grade kindergarten through third grade, you were in elementary school, and then fourth grade through sixth grade, you were in intermediate school, and then seventh and eighth grade were only middle school, and then 9 through 12 was high school. Don't you think they could have combined intermediate and middle school together, like had fourth grade through eighth grade just be like middle school, and then 9 through 12? I don't know. I digress. So that's why it's a little confusing. I'm like, when did I read these? But I remember reading the TTYL series when I'm pretty sure in elementary school or starting middle school, because I remember I was a weird kid who had crushes on my teachers, and one of the girls in one of these books has a thing for her teacher, and like I felt so seen. It's so ugly of me and so embarrassing to admit that, but you know, I had a lot of issues when I was younger. You know, my parents split up, and it was just like this whole thing. Like, I was looking for like older male validation, and I loved these books. Don't mind the ugly sticker that's still on there. I bought this a couple years ago when I moved back up north, and I wanted to complete my collection. I don't know if there's any other books in this series. I don't think so, but TTYL, TTFN, and Latergator. Also, I'm pretty sure either this book or this book I stole from someone at school. I can remember like vividly her giving me one of these books to read or to borrow, and then I just pretended like I lost it and I was an awful child and I stole it from her. But it was this whole thing. She like tracked me down in the hallway and she was like, "Where's my book? I know you have it." And I'm like, I don't know. Meanwhile, it's fucking like in my locker. Anyways, these are a series of books by, I believe, like 3 or 4 girls who are all instant messaging each other about their relationships and their school lives. Like, yeah, it's all instant message. And I remember also, like, around this time, I was never able to have a phone until I was like 15. So reading like instant messages just like kind of gave me what I didn't have at the time. I had like Yahoo Messenger. Like, that's how old I sound. I had Yahoo Messenger, bitch. And the only people I talked to were my cousin and one person from school. I still used Yahoo Messenger all the way up until high school, actually, because I didn't have a phone. Or I did, but I got taken away. A whole thing. But these gave me what I didn't have when I was younger, and they gave me juice, they gave me tea, they gave me drama. 10 out of 10 recommend these books. They are a little spicy, I'm not gonna lie. The content in this book, did not expect that, honestly. And now the last series that I'm going to talk about, I remember distinctly reading these in 6th grade. Like, starting to read these in 6th grade, so it might have like gone a little bit into middle school. Blue is for Nightmares series. I'm not gonna lie, the 4th book, Red is for Remembrance, I still have not finished all the way through, and it's been over like 15 years. I still have not finished this book. I don't know why. I tried to pick it up like a few times. I just could not finish it. But if it's anything to say anything about me, is these books, like all of my books, are in great condition. Like, these still look brand new. It's because I'm someone who doesn't like to break the spine of a book. I will literally read like this. Like, catch me like reading like this. Okay. These books were so good. These were very spicy sometimes. For me, when I was younger, I would say these are very spicy. I'm reading a lot more books now that I'm like very old that have too much spice sometimes. Like, it's like, okay, we get it, you know? I forgot to rate these ones. I would say I would have rated this like a 5-star. And I probably would have also rated these like a 4 to a 5-star because I loved these so much. Same with this, same. This still stands as a 5-star series. Ooh, we are all out of order. Hold on. 5-star series. So it goes, blue is for nightmares, white is for secrets. No, Allie, no. Come on, Allie, you know this. Blue is for nightmares, white is for magic, silver is for secrets, and red is for remembrance. I never fully paid attention to the spell, like the witchy aspect of this series. I never put 2 and 2 together when I was younger, but looking at them, I'm like, obviously there's a lot of witchy stuff going on in here. Like, on the back of these books, yeah, like, so on the back of the first book, it's probably backwards for you guys, it says spells created by you and other keepers of secrets. So yeah, it's like a very like witchy, like spelly series, and it's so good. This is all about a girl named Stacy Brown who has nightmares, and her nightmares end up always coming true. And as she gets older, and like the more she realizes that her nightmares aren't just things she's making up in her head, they're actually going to happen in real life because they're visions. Like, she has visions, and she's seeing what's going to happen to her, like to everyone around her in real life. And normally that means like someone's gonna die and she has to save them from dying. And she uses spells and these candles to enhance her dreams, and she uses like different witchy shit, you know, to like give her more of a deeper look into her nightmares. And she's able to like very, very well, I would also like to add, lucid dream, because she knows she's dreaming, but she also knows this is a vision, and it's like it's going to still play out one way or another, like in real life. So yeah, if I could recommend anything from this video, is definitely these books for sure. Blue is for Nightmares is number 1, and immediately the first line of the book is what had me hooked. Let's read it for you, shall we? Let me just read this little paragraph for you, okay? They're always the same, always at night in the forest looking for Rhea. The sound of his body lurking somewhere behind me. Branches breaking, leaves crackling, wind whirring in my ears, watering my eyes. The pain in my stomach, sharp, raw, scathing, real. My nightmares make me dread sleep. I pinch the safety end of the razor blade between 3 fingers to right, and then I grab the virgin candle and carved the initials DOES into the rounded side. They're Ray's initials, but she doesn't suspect a thing, just keeps scribbling away in her diary like any other night, sitting up in her bed only a few feet away. So nobody knows at this point that she's having these nightmares. Nobody understands why she's doing the things she's doing. Obviously, later on, a lot of things are revealed, but yeah, those are the 10 books that I remember reading when I was younger that had me in such a visceral chokehold. And I can just remember exactly how I felt during all of these books. I can remember exactly what I was going through in my life during all of these books and how big of an escape these books gave me. I was definitely using books as a way of entertainment, as a way of comfort, because I felt alone a lot, and as a way of dissociating from my reality and just a lot that was going on for me when I was a kid, especially through middle school. I was getting bullied. I was just treated like shit, when I was younger, by just so many people, and adults included, and people at school, in my personal life. It just was a hard time for me growing up, and books really gave me the comfort that I needed. And more so recently this year, I've been starting to read a lot more. So far this year, I will show you. We can go over this in another upload of this video, or another installment, I should say. I have been logging all of the recent books that I have read this year in GoodNotes, and I bought this little electronic reading journal through Etsy, and it's really cute. It just allows you to log all the books that you have read and rate them. So I will definitely be going over that. But so far this year, with this one book that I'm currently reading, I would have read 16 books so far this year, and that is insane to me, because throughout my life I lost my love for reading, and once technology got introduced a lot more into my brain, I became more and more overwhelmed with getting stimuli and entertainment from technology rather than books. I've been learning to balance the two. I can still have my YouTube, I can still have my social medias, but I can also take some time, even if it's just a couple hours a day, just sit down and read. And I got a lot of books accomplished this year by doing that. If you have ever read any of these books, and if they just brought back nostalgia and memories that you forgot about, let me know, because these are a staple for me, and I will never forget them. Like I said, thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I will talk to you later. Bye!